Whoa, 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 what's up? Everybody's in the chat today. We got the Otter Gang hat on. How's it going? Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the Otter Gang. I mean, it's birthday month, it looks like. We got Brooke in the chat tomorrow with a birthday on the 5th. We've got the Fallen One on the 6th, and I'm on the 18th. Pisces. All trading. Look at you guys. Let's look at these charts. Are we gonna drop or are we not? Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Tim Young, Crypto Pollo, Mr. TRD Farmer. Dave Digital says I'm fighting with around the blockchain. Well, guess what? We gotta all share this space, and sometimes the times just lap over. So thank you so much for being here. Crypto Pollo, I am a bull. Taurus, watch out. You mess with the bull, you get the horns. Wow. Bitcoin. It's dropping. Well, I'm in a trade here. I'm up 43%. And I'm telling you, I made a mistake last night. Okay, so I had to take profit. I was in a quick scalp trade, which I shared from up here, and guess what? It somehow exited my old trade and entered a new trade, and I woke up this morning and I'm up 40%. So shout out to trading in your sleep, even though you didn't mean to trade in your sleep. If you've done that and you've woken up in profits or maybe in a loss, well, shout out to you. Mine so happened to work out, which is actually kind of scary because there was no stop loss from a guy who preaches risk management, from a guy who is just about to talk about preserving your capital and using good risk management. I got in a trade last night while I was sleeping with no stop loss, and I woke up in profit, thank God. But wow, we have dropped Silvergate. I mean, go buy some Silvergate. Not financial advice, but, you know, could work its way back up. It's dropped quite significantly. A lot of fear, a lot of FUD, and a lot of people out here worried about Bitcoin dropping further down. And we're here to help kind of clarify what we can do as traders and how we can trade these levels with confluence in order to profit, because that's what we're here, up or down. No matter which way the markets are going, we're going to extract some profits, even sometimes in our sleep. Definitely done that before, TRD Farmer says. Take profit, sell order for more contracts than the buy because of a previous take profit. Yep. I mean, I always suggest that we go into our exchanges. Like, I use Bybit. Some people use other things, but use your pennies and just play around and see how it works. Make sure you understand the software. Make sure you understand take profits, trailing stops, buy orders, sell orders, take profits, market orders, limit orders, all that good stuff, so that you're efficient with the software, therefore being efficient when trying to execute your trading plan. Makes sense? Makes sense. We still make mistakes along the way. Thank God it didn't pump all the way to the moon, but the moon is coming March 18th or March 32nd. Someone else said March 32nd, which to me got me giggling because it doesn't exist. But we'll go back out here and look at the long-term time frame. We've been looking at, obviously, this 3-day bearish divergence playing out, and we're wondering, hey, this is pretty significant. A 3-day bear div, to me, means quite a big move down, and we have had it start to make this move. Now, the key thing is that can it get below these lows, right? Can it get below this level right here, around 22,400 or 21,400, right? We're all looking at this. We're all learning that, guess what? Maybe this bull market might not be on. Maybe it might just be canceled, right? And there's lots of indicators saying that, hey, maybe the bottom is in. Me personally, I don't feel the bottom's in. Call me a perma bear, call me whatever, but I don't think the market is ready for a launch. I don't think it's ready for a big pump. I don't think the U.S. economy is ready yet for a bull market. Now, for me, the macro environment does affect the trading immensely. Obviously, we got some bearish news and there's FUD in the streets and everybody's like, uh-oh, what are we going to do? And we've been brought down. Now, like I said, we need to get below this. But what can we look at in the meantime as trade setups, right? Because I know some of us missed this trade. I know Felix got into this trade in the Discord. So shout out to Felix. Getting into this beautiful 7% drop, can we find more trade setups in order to be profitable and extract some profits? So let's go in and look at Market Cipher. Let's go down and just give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I need to blow my nose. So bear with me 1 second. I'm running. Is that okay? I hope we didn't miss the trade. Wow, my nose was running. It's early in the morning in Australia. It's 9:30 in the morning Australia time, Saturday. My Friday was great. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Friday. 2023 sideways, but I think we filled that 18K CME gap. Yes, I sent that yesterday on the Discord. Now, I drew a big bleeping arrow saying, hey, guys, look at this, okay? Look at this. This is a gap that typically gets filled. And on this channel, we're constantly watching the CME gaps to see if they get filled, right? Because we all like to fill a good gap. So when looking at this, you can see that price typically wants to come back and fill it. Now, do we have other examples of this? Of course we do. So when we go into the 4 hour, we can see that we gave this setup here before. Look, CME gap, price is going to work its way back down. Boom, comes back down, fills the gap, right? Comes down, makes a gap. Guess what? Fills the gap. Bang. Again, right? So we're constantly watching to see where the gaps are and where price will work to fill them up. And we have a big one that we haven't come back to in quite a while, right? In quite a while. Look at this beautiful gap down below. So we're watching this definitely. Thank you for pointing that out, Crypto Pollo. It's not Polo. It's not Marco Polo. It's Crypto Pollo. It's get the chicken right and you'll be on your way. So definitely something to be watching because this gap is looking to get filled, right? So downside, more possibility than not, especially with these bearish divergences. Now, we are looking at some sort of bullish, hidden bullish divergence. I think it's on the stochastic. But it doesn't, to me, on the daily, I think it was on the daily. It's not even that obvious. You know, hidden bullish divergence. It's very, very meek. Maybe if this comes down a little bit more, we can see something along these lines. I was watching for this, but it doesn't seem too exaggerated as of yet. So we'll watch that in order to bring us back up. Travis Harris in the chat. What's up, everyone? Thank you so much for being here. Travis Harris, thank you so much for joining us. We're just taking a quick look at the gap on the CME here. Hopefully it gets filled. We could be looking for more pain, but right now it hasn't happened. It hasn't dropped, right? It's been going sideways. Waking up bright and early, streaming for you guys. So let's go through and look at Market Cipher and see. Now, once we get under the daily, we can see that the money flow has curled down, right? The daily, this is quite steep of a spike. You don't see spikes like this anywhere kind of throughout this throughout this money flow, but look how steep this daily spike is, along with the RSI and the VWAP. Like, big, huge spike. Obviously, we had the drop, but this is a significant rejection and move downwards, right? Can we see money flow start to come out? Because when we see money flow, it's more of a long-term leading indicator, which will show us that money flow is slowly starting to come out, and we get that curl over right around this peak. When it starts to head downwards is when we'll see a drop in the market and test the zero line that tends to hold us up or down throughout the trading cycles. So this is something I'm definitely keeping an eye on. It's very steep and it's very dramatic. Obviously, we had this very big, huge rejection and dump the other day. So we need to watch how the money flow reacts, how the stochastics react as well. They're quite split right now. Mrs. Otter, say goodbye. Come give them a wave. Mrs. Otter is going to go and do some yoga. So wave. Say bye. Bye. All right. Mrs. Otter, always out here. Staying healthy, staying fit. Have a good day. Love you. Bye. See, we always got to cheer on the Mrs. Otter because she's out here helping us become profitable traders, right? She probably snuck out last night and was like, hey, I'm going to enter a short trade while he's sleeping. And guess what? She's banging out the trades without even trying, right? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So Mrs. Otter's doing all the trading. She's killing it. That old saying, sell frowny faces. Mrs. Otter, yes. She's one of the biggest Otter fans here. Her and Brooke are going to celebrate tomorrow. It's a birthday party. So let's throw it down. So as we get down into the 12 to the 20 hour, we can see that, okay, we have come down. We're not totally oversold yet, but we are coming down and we are trying to print some sort of divergence, but it isn't fully working right now. You can see that we are just forming lower lows, right? We'll be looking for something like this and something like this, but clearly we have such a steep incline here that we're gonna have to wait till we get maybe a rollover like this, where we can either get a lower low and a higher high on a lower term time frame or not. So that's something that we're looking for on a shorter term time frame. But right now, it just looks like a continuation. Money flow has come over into the red and VWAP is below the zero line. So look for this to continue downwards. I mean, look at how steep this RSI is. Obviously, we had that dump. I'm going to reiterate, we've had that dump. So we have to be patient here because we can't just head straight down. I mean, we have pretty much, but we're going to look for a rollover here and some sort of relief, right? And that will get us into a trading plan for the weekend so that we can extract some profits. So going through here, we can see that kind of the same deal into the red money flow, a bit oversold, right? So this to me tells me that right now they're really trying to stay above this level here. Now, why is this level so important? Like we just said, it will be the start to a break in market structure, right? It'll be the start to, okay, 1, 2, 3. Can we do something like this and get below it, right? Because if we do get below this low right here around 21.3, that means that we are in bearish market structure. So I'm keeping a close eye on that, looking for price to come below that and seeing how price reacts, right? If we do get more bearish news, I mean, who knows what's going to happen, right? With all this Silvergate stuff, with all this. I think Coinbase went down yesterday. Like, there's a whole bunch going on yesterday. It was like negative Nancy in the news. So got to be very careful out there because in this very volatile market, especially now that we're trying to relieve all this pain from this bear market, any little bit of news can bring us down, right? So we're watching interest rates. We're watching the news. We have the economic calendar pulled up at all times, trying to look at what's going to happen next. I mean, there's some good YouTubers out there who come out with good news. I watch Cryptos R Us. I watch Altcoin Daily. I watch Around the Blockchain. There's many, many, many people who are giving us good content on news. So make sure you subscribe to some of their channels and check out what they're saying so you stay informed, because part of trading is being informed about your macro environment and everything going on in the world, right? So let's get down into the nitty gritty, as I call it, to the 5, the 4, the 3. And this is more of what's going to happen over the weekend. What can we look for? Well, to me, this looks like it wants to curl up. It looks like it wants to come back up. We can see that there is a sort of a divergence here. Sorry, that was on my... We can see here that we have this hidden bullish divergence right here that can bring us up. Coinbase sucks, but only on-ramp that works well. Yeah, I had Coinbase when I first got into crypto because that was like, I thought, the safest. I am a Binance user now for my DCAing. So be careful what exchange you use. Do your own research. Make sure that you're comfortable. And remember, not your keys, not your coins. Always make sure to self-custody your own stuff, because stuff like FTX can really destroy lives, right? So we always want to protect ourselves. The key here is in crypto, we have to be careful and we have to protect ourselves, right? Because we can't trust exchanges, even Binance or any of these places, right? I think the whole thing is that self-custody, right? Like decentralized exchanges, decentralized custodial wallets, right? Like to have this is part of the freedom, right? And if you're about the freedom and you're about this new lifestyle, about cryptocurrency, then it's important to educate yourself and do your own research and make some informed decisions for yourself and for your family, right? Because we want to help build that life of freedom, but we also want to stay safe while doing it, right? So we can see that on these nitty-gritty time frames, we can see a bit of a bullish divergence. We're getting a green dot on the 4-hour. Hey, Jake's here. Brooke and Jake, the lovely Otter Gang family here. We love you guys. Mrs. Otter snuck out at 1 a.m. last night and put in a short trade. And I woke up and I was like, what the heck's going on, Jake? And I'm up 43%. Oh, don't trade in your sleep. Don't let your missus go out and click buy or sell on your exchange. Make sure you're always protecting your trading exchange. Sign out. But yes, let's look at this. We can see that we might be getting some sort of bullish divergence on the 3, 4, 5 hour. Ooh, it's too tight to say on the 3 hour. But money flow is in the red. This is more of a leading indicator, but you do see the stochastics and the RSI curling up, so we want to be careful there. Well, couples that trade together stay together. Well, sometimes, as long as we stay profitable, maybe we always stay together. Mrs. Otter does not trade, but she will sometimes come in, and I'll be like, just click the button. Just click, yeah, for good luck, you know? And she'll click sell, and we'll make profits. So I'll do the trade setup. You know, it's like volleyball. I set it up, and then she comes in and spikes it down, right? She just whoosh, whoosh. So let's get into what we're thinking of here with the price. Where can it go? What can it do? And right now, when we get big dumps, so this is something I've observed over the time I've been trading, is that when we get big dumps, we typically want to fill this middle of this candle, and it typically wants to come somewhere around the lows that we were previously trading before, right? You can see that this was a level of support. Now it has become a level of resistance, right? And we typically want to watch for price to make this move, especially on weekends, because we're not going to get the volume that we had here, right? Volume's going to go like this. I'll be drawing this tomorrow on our live stream as well. That volume is not going to be all of a sudden Wah! Like crazy, right? So sorry if I screamed in your ear. We might get a little bit of a push later today, right? But right now, it seems like volume is definitely cooling off, right? People are undecided, right? They don't know what they want to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to plan for what these market maker wants to do, right? We're going to plan around not the retail trader, but the big whalios, right? Because we know that they definitely want to make some moves and set themselves up to make more profits, right? So I'm sure they've liquidated $200 million worth of longs. They have gotten longs. They have destroyed them, right? 200 million. That is wild, right? One day, Otter Gang, one day. So Mrs. Otter is beast. Thanks, Jake. She's out doing yoga, not on the balcony, not in the crane position, holding the router, because we did get better internet, and I hope it is better for every single one of you out there, because Mrs. Otter was slaving away. She was out on the balcony in the crane position, pointing north, holding the router, trying to get us the best signal when we first started. And now she's on her way to her actual yoga class where she gets to be at peace and not in stress, just trying to get us that good signal. So thanks to Mrs. Otter, and thank you for the internet finally in Australia coming through. I mean, we were waiting forever for that, right? Forever. So we have this point of control, this local point of control, right? So 22,950. Let's be watching that, right? Let's be watching this area, this box, draw a box up here around these lows and look for price to try to attempt, wrong button, try to attempt to get up here and maybe get rejected, right? That's one idea, right? One idea. Golden pocket up there. Volume is up there. There's many things that give us confluence with that level. I do believe that we might even have a point of control. It says POC local. And guess what? POC local. I'll be right back. One second. The POC local. Okay, so with this POC local as well, right? So we have multiple confluences. We have a golden pocket here. Look for this to hold us down, right? This is going to be a very, very tough area to get up and above, right? We're going to need some bullish news on multiple things, probably with the regular stock market as well, with the S&P. Maybe the Dixie has to drop, the dollar index, right? So we're looking for this to be a very strong ceiling, right? Support, resistance. This is big resistance. This is holding us down, right? So we need to be very careful with what's going on here, but also look for price to try to relieve this huge area that we dropped through, right? There is definitely a gap here for us to be filled. It's not a CME gap, but it's definitely where price definitely wants to come back to, right? Now, what's below us? Well, when we look below us, we can see that we do have these previous lows and these volume spikes here. I did want to take a bigger look and look on the whole range here and pull up the VRVP and get a better idea of, oh, we don't need the VRVP. We can just use the fixed range volume and pull the total volume here. Now, we've been talking about this, and we know that we do have, we'll just use the box right now, and we have this giant box right here that was traded before. Now, we'll make this green. Maybe it's easier to see. Nah, it's not easier to see. We'll make this yellow. There, it's very easy to see. So now we can see that we have this box, this huge area of volume. We have the FTX scandal here that dumped us right down. But we also have so much volume that was traded in this range. The bulls do not want us to get down here. They've pushed and pushed and pushed to get us above and make these new highs. They do not want us to get up here. Why is that? Because if we do, we break this low that I was talking about at the beginning of the stream, and we change our market structure from bullish to bearish, right? So that's one thing we have to watch. Now, where are our levels of confluence that we can see that price will work its way back up to? Well, we definitely have the big point of control here and this box here, but we'll look for other things as well. We'll add this to our chart. We'll change it back to purple because yellow is too exciting for me. We'll pull a fib all the way to the top of this range, and look at that confluence. Whew. 19,000 seems to be the make or break point. Look at that. We got a point of control, a major Fibonacci golden pocket down here at 19,000. We'll make that 19,000 just so it's easier on the eyes. So these are some levels that we're going to be watching to the downside. Now, am I saying that price is just going to fly down here? Absolutely not. What I'm saying is that we have to be prepared for anything. We are prepared for the upside, as you can see, and we are prepared for the downside, right? And when we do that, we can set ourselves up with confluence and good trades for the future, right? So make sure to always take a bigger look, come out from the higher term time frames and work your way in order to find confluence, right? In order to find trade setups. So back down into the 2 hour, we have some ideas where price can go. We need to hold this low down here, which we have. We have a line here, but we should be drawing a box because this is an area, right? This is more of an area of volume that's looking to hold. So be careful with this. Look for price to relieve itself, work its way back up. But if it is going to drop, it's definitely going to be testing these lows and trying to make a lower low. And if it does, well, guess what? The bears are back in town, right? Let's go into the short-term time frames, because I know you guys want to get into a trade right now. I know you guys do. Mrs. Otter just dropped the trade from up here somewhere at 400 or something. We did give a trade setup last night at 479. So if you haven't liked the video yet, please like it. Please subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. I just wanted to shout you guys out. We are slowly growing. I think we hit 200 subscribers the other day, and then we dropped down to 199. So there's 7 of you on here. There's been 25 views. I appreciate every single one of you, and we're itching for the trade. We're looking for a setup. We're going to look at coinalyze.net right now. We're also looking at live bookmap. I don't know if you guys look at bookmap, but it is another confluence to add if you're scalping, to see that there's a lot of longs waiting down below and a lot of people shorting as well. So it's good to have bookmap. You can see where people are putting in their trades. 1,368 Bitcoins waiting down below here, around 22,160. People are waiting for the price to drop, but also we have a lot of selling pressure up above trying to push price down. So that's something else you can add to confluence into your trades. Now, we have a small range here, right? And if we're looking for this trade, well, it's hard to judge, right? Obviously, a long from down here would have been all right. I just woke up around here, so I wasn't trading right away. But for me, one of the tricks I love to use when I first come to the trade to trade is I will go onto the 12-minute. I will go over here. I will rewind my charts, and I will watch price action for whatever, the last day that I'm at, right? And I will just watch it. And I'll be like, okay, price went there, price went there, price went there. And what this will allow me to do, it will see, oh, look, we got a blood diamond here. Oh, blood diamond flashed, right? Oh, red X flashed. Oh, it printed, came down. So it gives me an idea of how price has behaved. We got a reversal pattern here. Oh, blood diamond fake out. Nope. Reversal pattern again. So this will give me an idea of what the price action has been doing. So what does that tell me? Right away, it's like I just spent a whole day looking at the charts, right? And when I do this, it sets me up for a healthier mindset. And what do I mean by that? So we could see rejection, 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 rejection. Well, it doesn't look like price is being able to get above this level right here that we have marked out, right? Rejection. So now it's come down and it's trying to print some sort of divergence. Look at all this exhaustion down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So it's failing to break this structure, right? I look at volume, right? We can see even with this extra, it's not enough volume to push us down. This is not enough volume. So we're going to trade around this area, but we can see rejections at the top. So this is our range, but by reversing the price, taking a look at it objectively, it's like we've watched price ever since, the other day. So I think for me, when I come to the charts, that helps me kind of get into the mindset of, okay, what's price doing? How is it behaving? How is it reacting? And it helps me set myself up for a better, healthier mindset. So right now, we have very weak highs and very weak lows, right? We can obviously pull a fib here. We can obviously pull volume here, but it's a range, right? It's a range, and if we want to scalp it, well, we're obviously looking down here for longs, and we're looking up here for shorts, right? Mrs. Otter was looking at a short while I was sleeping, right? So what is happening right now is that we can see that we're having a sideways action and the markets are scared. They don't know which way to go because of, obviously, look at this damn thing. It's huge. That's a God candle to the downside, right? But we want to be prepared the best we can. So how do we prepare? We pull the fibs, we get this local. If we want to be patient over the weekend, which is hard, I'm not saying this is easy. We're looking for this to be tested, right? We're looking for sideways here. Sideways here. And then rejection. That's my number one trade setup. That's the best financial, non-financial, crazy advice I can give you is that's what price typically tends to do after a dump, right? It tends to come back and fill, right? Can we find examples of that? Yes, right here. Look. Dumps, goes sideways, fills halfway up, dumps again, right? Very simple. It's all over the place, right? This one, it didn't come up as high, but yes, dumps, comes back up, then continues downwards, right? So when price dumps happen here as well, okay, rolled over, dumps, fills up halfway, then continues on its way, right? Same with here, bang, back up, right? Here, it took a while to come back up, and it does it with longs too, right? It's just trying to get everybody out, right? So right now, it's about patience, and it's about understanding where we're at. We are at Friday. We are at the weekend. We know that Brooke's going to party like it's 1995. No. I think Brooke is born in the same year as me. I'm born in 1990, celebrating 33 years of magic. So happy birthday to you, Brooke. We will celebrate. We will go live, and we will throw a party. I'll have to get one of those. We'll get one of those party noise things. And throw it down, and we'll hold Jake accountable, and he best be taking you out somewhere nice. That's amazing. 1990, yeah, let's go. Yeah, so look at the rejection. Prices come back up into the middle of the range, and it's looking to go sideways, right? Can it curl over? Possibly. So let's take a look at some other things. Let's look at the S&P 500 and what it's done today, right? Let's add some confluence to our charts and jump onto the 2-day. the Mayday, and wow. So Bitcoin does not follow. We're looking for it to work its way down, but we were talking about this huge level of resistance at 4,071. Well, guess what? It's come up to it. Maybe we see something like this now, right? So we can adjust these and look for price to continue downwards, right? But we've had some relief for a Friday. We've had Friday relief. We've had a down day bouncing along this trend line, which has been respected multiple times, right? But we've had relief. For me, that is very scary for crypto, because if the S&P is pumped so significantly and crypto's just remained sideways, well, that means that there's a lot of down pressure in crypto and not many people are feeling too good about it, right? That's what that's telling me. So over the weekend, can we maybe get this relief that the S&P had? Can we get a little push up like we're talking about that can help us go long on Bitcoin, right? Because if we see this, we see, guess what? They've pushed it up on a Friday, right? We go over to Bitcoin. Well, where are we looking to go? We're looking to go up to this 22,865 area. Can we get that little push up as well and then maybe reject it after that? So that's what the S&P is telling me, is that we've gotten relief on the S&P. Can we get some relief over the weekend on the Bitcoin? The Bitcoin. Now the Dixie has dropped. So Dixie goes down, S&P goes up. They're correlated. They trade the opposite to each other, right? So we've come back. We've come back down into this key level. We are bouncing off the support that we've drawn up. So that is supposed to be bullish for Bitcoin. It hasn't happened yet. Can it happen over the weekend? Another confluence to add to our charts. We've had a V-shaped recovery here. And this is not good for risk assets. We want this to be down here, at least for price to continue upwards for Bitcoin. So the Dixie is telling us one thing. The S&P is telling us the same thing. So both of those assets, with the dollar and the S&P 500 has said, hey, look, Bitcoin should be pumping because the dollar's dropping and the S&P is rising. So it's scary news for Bitcoin, so we need to be watching that as well. Let's go into some alts. We were watching ADA the other day. Let's go into ADA. We can see ADA's also had a quick move down. It's been less sideways as of late, and we've had this wick down. We were watching this area between 34 cents and 40 cents, and we are hoping it doesn't get down below here, but you can see it had perfect support actually from this previous range, but look for it to continue downwards as well. No trades on ADA in my opinion. Let's look at the 4-hour. See, things are going to follow Bitcoin. We've had the drop and the pop back up, right? Let's see. How are we all doing? Is there any alts that you guys would like me to look at? We've had some great trade setups on Matic. We'll go into Matic right now and have a look at Matic. Now, oof. Okay, so we've broken out of this box that we had. We're back down. This is our newest low. Let's bring this down here. Let's zoom out. Let's take a look at Matic, okay? So Matic looks to be in this range. It looks to be continuing. It's pumped up into this box up here, which was like very unrealistic. It had that big 11% move. We were looking to short it up here. We missed it by 2 cents. I think Felix and I were trying to trade Matic, but it's had a steep rejection down since then, and it's worked its way back into this little volume node over here, which you can see is pretty significant. But if we pull this across as well, you can see that we have multiple levels of volume here, value area high, and it's come down into this area as well. So with Matic, look for it to trade within this box, right? It wants to have that relief. If it does not make it to there, then we're looking for the dollar. Now, this has been respected multiple times, this dollar, and it's the entry to this giant volume node, right? So with Matic, I'd be looking for a little bit of relief, maybe to the value area high in order to, so I'd be looking for Matic to come up to this level here with a short, tight stop loss. And guess what? Ride that puppy down to the dollar. That would be a massive trade. Like I'm talking boom, 23% with a bit of leverage. You're laughing. So we'll look at Matic to have some relief. It didn't get the same drop as Bitcoin did, right? I mean, 7%. Bitcoin got 7%, but normally when Bitcoin moves 7%, Matic moves like 20%, right? It moves, dramatically, right? Automatically. So let's look for some relief on Matic, but also know that Matic had an immense pump up and it's worked its way back down into this range that it was trading from before. And it will look to work its way back down to the dollar if it continues bearish, right? We can also look here for a level of confluence that maybe we get in up here, right? So maybe this is the top of this range. Maybe that would be better for us to trade as well. So we'll keep an eye on the reaction of Bitcoin, which will transpire over to Matic. Now Ethereum, it bounced off of this. We missed it by, I think, 25 cents. We missed it by 25 cents with our levels. So that to me shows that TA is being respected on Ethereum, but we're in the sideways range, right? Ethereum does not know what to do, and we haven't had great news on Ethereum because unstaking of Ethereum was supposed to happen in March. Now they've pushed it back to April, so they're waiting to unstake, and there's a lot of FUD in the news right now on Ethereum, on staking with Gary Gensler and all his, crackdown on Kraken, and unstaking is not allowed. So we're in this range, but it doesn't look good for Ethereum right now. It looks like Gary Gensler is looking to attack Ethereum, and we do have, in between these two boxes, we have a massive volume node, and I mean massive, right? That we can push price through. You can see the gap here. We can push price through really, really rapidly and break us down into this gap here. So we're looking for 1518 to hold. If we do continue to get bearish news, look for Ethereum to come back down, which will be scary for all other assets because Ethereum has kind of led the way through this bear market. It's held strong, and now it's looking to come lower. Could not be good for Ethereum. So we got to watch the other assets in order to have an idea. Especially Bitcoin will lead the way right now. If we go over to Bitcoin dominance, we can see that it has dropped, but it remains above this key level around 43%. It's not looking that great. It's hard to stay positive, but the one thing that is keeping me positive is that we have not broken down below this level here. Right? Perfect. OP. I wanted to go to OP. We were looking at OP for a trade. Well, guess what? We didn't get the trade, but we have been watching OP to come back up and possibly retest this with this descending triangle that we set up the other day. And guess what? It played out perfectly. It hasn't come as low as we wanted to, but we were drawing this the other day. This could have been a lead indicator to what was going to happen. We had this descending triangle, right? With this, come down, see, and it did drop. And it hasn't dropped all the way. It could continue to play out, but we did give the trade setup in the live stream. And hey ho, it played out and it worked out quite well if you did take this trade. I will be trying to send these trades in the Discord more often than not. I have opened up a TA section. I've just been very busy at work, so I'm trying to get you guys as much information as I can every single day. But I am also a carpenter, and I also work construction, and I come home, I live stream, and then I try to stay active on Discord all day long. And by doing that, it makes for a long day, but it's worth it because I get to spend time with you and try to extract some profits from these charts. So we had OP playing out. Look for this area of support to hold because it has held out very well. And if we pull volume across here, I do like the fixed range volume profile a lot better than the VRVP because it doesn't move around as much. But yeah, look, let's pull this down here. Look for this key level. Actually, yeah, this is the entry to previous volume spikes right here. So we'll look for this to hold as well, right? We're looking for that to hold. No trade right now, in my opinion, on OP. It's kind of in the middle of this volume gap, so it can move swiftly anywhere. So be careful with that. What else do we like to trade? We like to trade XRP sometimes. Whew, XRP, dump and pump. Relief. We're back into this old range. XRP has been very, very sideways, in my opinion, for the most part. Like it does move, right? Because there's the XRP army throwing up their X's all around the world. But you can see it hasn't really gotten out of this 42 cents to 33 cents area, and it's in the middle of the range right now. So for me, there's no trade on XRP as well. So overall, look for Bitcoin to work its way sideways right now. Sideways and possibly up. That is my estimate. That is what I'm looking for Bitcoin to do because we've had such a swift move down. The S&P 500 has pumped. The Dixie has dropped, which means that Bitcoin should typically move up, right? How much? I don't believe it's going to be that much because there's lots of FUD, lots of fear in the markets. So we're looking right now for low volume on Bitcoin. We're looking for a bullish divergence possibly to bring us higher, which we are getting on, I believe it was the 4-hour hidden. Yep, the hidden bull, right? Looking for that to bring us back up. You can see that we're failing to come lower with the exhaustion wicks doji candles, right? So we do have some levels down below, so make sure to add them to your charts. We did find another level that is basically the make or break. We have this price over here, 21.3. Tell yourselves 21.3, right? And also know that if we do come down below here, that our next stop is around 19,000, which is scary to even say. Oh, bless me. My allergies are bad this morning. I was working in the dust yesterday. I was laying some bricks as a carpenter. I don't know why I was laying bricks, but I was laying bricks, and they weren't too pretty, to tell you the truth. I never really learned how to lay bricks that well as a carpenter. I can hang a door. I can swing a door, but I don't mess around with bricks. So that's my thoughts for Bitcoin. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. Happy Friday evening to you guys in the East Coast of the States. Happy Saturday morning to friends in Australia. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. 200 subscribers. I mean, we're flying. I'm grateful. Just out here trying my best to try and help you guys. Sharing my thoughts, sharing my ideas. So thank you so much for being here. Let's continue to watch the price. Join us in the Discord. I will keep you updated. I'm here all weekend. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Smash that like button. Get this out to more people. Help us grow. Otter Gang hats. Woohoo, let's go. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to the channel. We'll be here tomorrow, and I'll be in the Discord sharing my setups with every single one of you. Let's look for some scalps. Let's see if we can get into some trades, take profit early, and get into some trades, because guess what? There's always money to be extracted no matter what. So thank you so much for being here. God bless you all. Stay safe out there. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out. Much love. Bye. I'm gonna throw a party for you tomorrow, Brooke. We're gonna be dancing. We're gonna be prancing and commenting and cupiding and singing. We're singing tomorrow. We are singing for Brooke. Don't miss it. Live tomorrow. Alex O Crypto singing happy birthday to Brooke. We might throw in a Sphinx. Bye.